In this video you will see Number 1. How to enable Windows 10 Sandbox feature. Number 2. How to create a configuration file for Windows Sandbox. How to enable Windows 10 Sandbox feature. To enable Windows Sandbox feature on Windows 10, search for Turn Windows Features on or off and click the top result to open the Windows features. Check the Windows Sandbox option. Now, click the OK button and then click on the Restart Now button. After completing the steps, you can start Windows Sandbox, used to temporarily install and test untrusted applications. How to create a configuration file for Windows Sandbox. To create a Windows Sandbox configuration file, open Notepad, your text editor. Click the File menu, then select the Save As option. I am saving this file on desktop. In a file name box, type sandbox config and use the .wsb extension. Use the Save As type drop-down menu and select the All Files option. Click the Save button. Once you complete these steps, you can edit the file using an XML format to control features such as graphics, networking, folder sharing, and startup scripting. Let me close this notepad first and again show you how to open and edit the saved configuration file, which I have just created. Also, let me show you the extension of this file, that is .wsb. Right-click the .wsb configuration file, select the Open With option, select the Notepad option, add the following text. All the options you'll add must be between these two parameters. You can add just one option or all of them. You don't have to include every single one. If you don't specify an option, the default will be used. Option number 1. How to disable the virtual GPU. To disable the virtual GPU, which is enabled by default, add the following text to your configuration file. Adding command to disable virtual GPU. Please note here, command means disable. Now, save this command. Now, if you want to enable virtual GPU again, change command to enable from disable and then save the file. Option number 2. How to disable network access, which is enabled by default. Add the following text. First of all, Let me save this file with this command here, and then I will show you the default status of network connection by running Windows Sandbox. Double-clicking the file will launch Sandbox with the specified configuration. As you can see, network connection is enabled by default. Adding command to disable network connection in Windows Sandbox. Once again, I am saving this file with specified command, disable. Double-clicking the file will launch Sandbox with the specified configuration. This time, here as you can see, network connection is disabled. Option number 3. How to map a specific host folder found on Windows systems you'd like to share by linking a folder between your host and Windows Sandbox. Mapping a folder looks like this. In the script, make sure to specify the path for the host folder that you want to appear inside Windows Sandbox within the host folder block. Also, inside the read-only block sets where the Sandbox can write to the folder or not. Set it to true to make the folder read-only, or false to make it writable within the mapped folder block. Wraps a list of mapped folder objects. Click the File menu, then click the Save option. After you complete the steps, when you run the .wsd file, Windows Sandbox will map the folder, which you can then easily access from the desktop. As you can see, I am not able to drag and drop from shared host folder. This happens because host folder is set to true to make the folder read-only. Set it to false to make it writable. Click the File menu, then click the Save option. Double-clicking the file will launch Sandbox with the specified configuration. Yes, this time, I am able to drag and drop files from a host folder. Option number 4, last option of this video. Add the following text to your configuration file. How to run startup commands on Windows Sandbox. For instance, force the Sandbox to open a mapped folder upon launch. The created script would look like this. Please note, here WDAG utility account is the default user for Windows Sandbox, so you'll always reference that when opening folders or files as part of a command. Click the File menu, then click the Save option. Double-click the .wsp file to launch Windows Sandbox with the configuration changes that you specified.
Once you complete these steps, Windows Sandbox will run the script that you specified, that will be executed after login.
Let me show you one more instance. Inside the command block, make sure to replace cmd.exe for the command that you want to run. Click the File menu, then click the Save option. Once you complete these steps, double-click the .wsp file to launch Windows Sandbox with the configuration changes that you specified. You will see cmd.exe that will be executed after login. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial on two topics: how to enable Windows 10 Sandbox feature and how to create a configuration file for Windows Sandbox. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and comment. It would be great to know your opinion on my tutorials. Also, you can make requests for new tutorial you would like to learn. See you soon.